Hey everyone. First of all, sorry for any stream interruptions or abrupt uh, ends to this video. Sometimes my camera does that for some reason, or sometimes it just does that. I don't know if it's what it is. I mean, the video will sometimes abruptly end and I have to resume the live streaming, and then sometimes I have a bad connection. So I apologize for any of that happening. But I did want to come out here and talk about last night's WWE. As you see the title, talk live about last night's WWE Royal Rumble 2018 pay-per-view. Now, I did watch it live. Of course, as you watch my channel, I did do live reactions to both the men's and the women's Royal Rumble matches. And I'll get into that in a moment. But overall, I thought the pay-per-view was okay. I mean, yes, I will agree that there were some downslopes at times to where you kind of question mostly the order of the matches. It's like, why would you schedule a match? Why would you schedule certain matches in this order when you should be scheduling them another way? But, sorry for the bad connection. Sorry for the bad connection there, but that's just how it is. I mean, WWE. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about WWE, but it seems that at times they seem to be. It seems to me like they don't know how they're going to do anything until the last moment, and it's kind of a shame that that's the case. But anyway, let's talk about last night's Royal Rumble. Now, I didn't watch the kickoff show at all, so I'll have to go back and watch that. But from what I understand, it was all right. It was a decent kickoff show from what I understand. People, they were okay with, I heard that some people like, Solid Monster were okay with the kickoff. Tag and then the tag team match and the U.S. Challenge. Sorry for the bad connection. Sorry for the bad connection there. But like I said, there were people like Solid Monster and a few others that were. Sorry for the bad connection again. But like I said, there were some people that were apparently okay. Hold on for a sec. But sorry about that. But like I said, apparently some people are okay with the kickoff show. Some like Solid Monster are alright with it. Said that. Kind of, what was keeping the phones right now. Give me a better connection. There we go. Sorry about that. I guess some people were sorry. Some people phones or something like that, or something. Hold on a second, folks. This was kind of the problem too. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. I don't know why there was a bad connection. But anyway, like I was saying, some people thought that the Cruiserweight tag match was good. Some felt, they just felt decent for a kickoff thing, and that the Cruiserweight match, sorry for the bad connection, was good for the incoming people, basically those that were settling in and getting ready for the pay-per-view. They thought, overall, Solid Monster and a few others thought it was okay, Sorry for the bad connection again. Apparently some people are on their phones. Sorry about that. But like I said, sorry. There's a lot of bad connections apparently. People are on their phones or something. Sorry. Let's see. Yeah, sorry about that. Apparently people are on their phones or something like that. But anyway, sorry for the bad connection again. Apparently people are on their phones right now. It is noon, so it's going to be expected. But anyway, people thought the kickoff show was good. I'll put it that way. People thought, it seems when I go this way, it works. So, it's like there's no interference or something like that. Yeah, see, it's like there's a connection issue around here. I don't know what it is. Off a sec. But like I said, a lot of people thought that the kickoff show was good. Sorry about that. But a lot of people thought that the kickoff show was good. I'm trying to get in a good area here, folks, because apparently we got some bad connections. There we go. But like I said, apparently, some people felt that the kickoff show was good. Took me a while just to get that out. But bad connections. And again, I think it's because people are on the phones right now too. So, I'm trying to check. Yeah, I got 20 minutes before I have to clock in. So, wish me luck in trying to get this done. But anyway, yeah, people liked the kickoff show apparently and thought it was all right. Thought it was decent. But getting into the pay-per-view itself. Because like I said, I didn't watch the kickoff show, but apparently, they thought it was all right. It was okay for what it was. But anyway, getting into the kickoff show, getting into the pay-per-view itself. I have to say, overall, the pay-per-view was good. It wasn't great. And sorry for the bad connection again. Like I said, the pay-per-view was good. It wasn't great or anything, Oh, sorry for the bad connection. I think it does that. I go this way and it's a bad connection. It's like something's over here that I don't know what is. But folks. Around here, so I don't know what it is. Causing sorry about that. But like I said, overall the pay-per-view, it was good. It wasn't great or anything, it's more along the lines of they did what they could with the Royal Rumble this year, and some people have said that it was probably one of the better Rumble shows that they've done in a while, but there were parts of it that were kind of... Yeah, sorry about that. Again, I told you at the beginning this is going to happen. Phones right now or something, so I do apologize for that. I'm trying to get into an area I know that works. But like I said, the pay-per-view overall was good. It wasn't great. A lot of people have agreed it's one of the better ones they've done in quite some time, so that is saying something. Hold on for a sec. Sorry about that. But like I said, a lot of people are saying it's one of the better ones they've done in a while. Wasn't the greatest, but it was one of the better ones. Because, and I think what kind of hindered it from being beyond good, from going from beyond good, if not one of the better ones, to being, maybe one of the best Rumble pay-per-views in a while. I think what hindered that was the match order. It was the match order. Sorry for the bad connection. Usually I have a good connection over here. Apparently, shouldn't. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, but yeah, I think what hindered the event from being good, from being beyond good, if not better, to being one of the best, was the match order. It's like a lot of people looked at the match order like, why would you schedule the matches this way? Where would you go in this order? And according to reports, this match ordering was kind of almost like to the last minute, and a lot of people that kind of didn't help it. Like I said, that kind of didn't help the match order. That didn't kind of help the pay-per-view, but overall the pay-per-view was still good. But had the match order gone a certain way, I'm sure it would have been probably acknowledged as one of the better or one of the best pay-per-view events they've done in a long time. Hold on for a sec. Sorry for any bad connection. Checking my time. Got 15 minutes. But like I said, had the match order gone a certain way, a lot of people probably would have felt it could have been one of the better ones they've done, in a long time. It could have been one of the better ones that they've shown. But again, like I said, according to sources, the match order is kind of what hindered it a little bit from being beyond good to being one of the best, in my opinion. But looking at the matches themselves, let's start with the opening match, which, believe it or not, was not the match I thought it should be, which was the 2 out of 3 falls match. Instead, it was the WWE Championship Handicap match, AJ Styles against Kevin Owens. Now, for a WWE Championship match, opener or not, this was alright. I mean, I will agree with people, it was entertaining to see this match happen, to see, a champion defend in this kind of environment. Sammy and Kevin definitely utilizing the handicap rule to their advantage. But overall, in the end, it still plays into the controversy and all that, because apparently, even though AJ dumped Sammy out after Sammy tried to reach for a tag to Kevin Owens still came in, super kicked AJ, and then tried to hit him with a pop-up powerbomb, which AJ reversed into a roll-up to get the win. Now, this is going to probably play, not probably, but would definitely play into tomorrow night's SmackDown Live, because of the fact that another thing happened later on tonight that pretty much will play into that in some ways. But I think what's going to happen is Shane's going to notice that there were fingertips touching, so that could count as a tag. So by the fingertips touching, Sami tagged Kevin, and thus Kevin coming in made him legal. I'm assuming that's what they're going to do. And don't be surprised if you're going to get Tye Dillinger teaming up with AJ in a tag team match this Tuesday to get retribution over Sami and Kevin for taking his spot at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, Tye Dillinger, I'll talk about that right now, was supposed to come out number 10, and instead he got beat up. And what happened was Sami and Kevin took away his opportunity. Sami, in a sense, took away his opportunity. So now I'm pretty sure you're going to get a tag team match with those four facing each other. I'm assuming. So after that, we had the 2 out of 3 falls match for the SmackDown tag team titles. And this is all right. I mean, I'll give it credit for this. Just to get to the first fall, it made you almost forget about the first fall because it felt like they did it and now they were trying for the second fall. But no, it was still trying to get the first fall. I think they went about 10 minutes almost trying to get the first fall, and finally when it happened, the Usos taking a page out of the Young Bucks playbook, doing a double super kick on Chad Gable. They were able to get the win, get the first pinfall. And then almost like 2, 3, 5 minutes later, they get another pinfall on Shelton Benjamin. Basically, the finish was that Shelton was setting up, I think, Jimmy or Jay for him and Gable's finisher. And Jimmy or Jay ended up turning that into a roll-up. It's like as soon as Shelton was getting ready to set him up for the finisher, kind of set him up, then tag to Gable and all that, one of the Usos, Jimmy or Jay, ended up rolling Shelton up for the 3 count and getting a 2-0 sweep. Sorry for the bad connection there. But like I said, one of the Usos, Jimmy or Jay, ended up rolling up Shelton Benjamin as soon as he was setting up, like I say, one of them for the finisher, and he was about to tag Chad. Shelton ends up getting rolled up, and the Usos remain tag team champions. So that, I know some people felt that the ending of the match was underwhelming. It was like, okay, the beginning of it just to get to the first fall was great, but the ending, not so much. It's like you could have done the whole 3 deal, to me, honestly, they could have gone all the way, just on merit, just on that alone. But anyway, Usos retain, and which I'm guessing, surprised a lot of people considering what happened when I think it was a Jimmy earlier this week, the previous week. So, there you go. Just checking. Next matchup, surprisingly, the third match on the card was a Royal Rumble match, but it was the men's Royal Rumble match. And this was kind of a surprise. It's like as soon as I saw Michael Cole join Saxton and Graves, it's like, okay, maybe Booker's not there. No, Booker was there. But what happened is they decided to switch it over to, they decided that they were going to put the men's Royal Rumble on first instead of last. And the reason being was because the women were going to go on last because it's history in the making. And if Stephanie McMahon has any say in it, she's going to make sure, hey, history is going to be put on last. So anyway, we had the men's Royal Rumble. It was good. I will say it was one of the better Rumbles. In fact, a huge improvement over last year's, if you will. A huge improvement over that. Like I said, a huge improvement over that. A huge improvement over that, and even 2016, which some people thought was okay. Hey, but they felt this one was probably a little bit better because you had more surprises. You had more intrigue, if you will, to the event. intrigue. You had more, like I said, you had more surprises, stuff like that. So, but yeah, it was good. I thought it was all right. I mean, again, you can watch my live reactions on it, and you will see my reactions to some of the surprises. I mean, to see the NXT champion in it, Andreas Cien, that was good, and to see him last as long as he did, that shows you that WWE sees something in him, and they're gonna get behind him. So that is a good sign. Later on, and you know, speaking of NXT, later on, Adam Cole comes out, so that's good. I mean, for Cien to come out at 6 and last as long as he did was good. For Adam Cole to come out, tape ribs and everything, and still compete and put on a good showing was good. And like I said in my live reactions, normally what this means is sooner or later, mostly after Mania or something like that, those guys that were put in the Rumble from NXT, they're going to get the call-up. They're going to get the call-up to the main roster very soon. So what that means is Almas is probably going to drop the NXT title to either Aleister Black or Johnny Gargano. And Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era are going to drop the tag belts, and they're all going to head up to the main roster before, or you know, after or before SummerSlam. That's almost a guaranteed lock. I mean, they show up in the Rumble, it's almost a guaranteed lock those guys are coming up. I mean, you want a good example? Ty Dillinger last year is a good example. But they were good to see. They were nice to see. The Hurricane coming in was great. That was tremendous. Rey Mysterio, which was a huge surprise, was tremendous. And I like the fact that even though right now that was just a one and done deal, it still opens the door for him to come back and either be full-time or part-time. I like how they did the finish of the match. You went from a lot of these superstars to where you had a final 6. You had, and the way they did is you had the Triple H era against the Vince era, or something like that. The new generation against the old generation. And overall, I thought they did pretty good. Overall, I thought the finish of the Rumble was good. You know, I liked the uniqueness sometimes when certain superstars would come out. You know, you had, of course, the John Cena, you know, reaction that he gets. You had the reaction to Cena. You had the major heat reaction to Roman. And then when both Cena and Roman faced off against each other in the match, they both got something that I have not heard in a while, if not at all. The crowd was chanting, "You both suck." And I think WWE should have realized, oh, we're in Philadelphia. This is hardcore wrestling town, not just for ECW, but hardcore, pure pro wrestlers, if you know what I mean. But anyway, it came down at the end to Shinsuke and Roman. Shinsuke came in at number 14. Roman, I think, 28. And a lot of people were kind of worried here, even I. Because I'm thinking, you know, I'm saying in my reactions, you know, if they go one way, fans ain't going to like it. But thankfully, they didn't do that. I guess, someone must have talked to Vince and said, look, you know, you don't want to make the same mistake you made a couple years ago. With Roman winning in this town, why don't you go with Shinsuke? And that's what they did. So Shinsuke Nakamura wins the Royal Rumble and has chosen to face AJ Styles. Has chosen to face AJ Styles at WrestleMania. Now, that's if they keep the belt on AJ till then, which I think they will, because WWE has to realize that's a money matchup. And if they want any good example, ask Wrestle Kingdom New Japan. So yeah, AJ and Nakamura will face each other once again in a match for a championship. The only difference is it's not for an Intercontinental Championship, it's for a World Championship. So that, give it WWE credit, credit on the fact that they're at least upping the ante when it comes to this matchup. Next up, we had the tag title match. Nothing to write home about. It basically was a 2-on-1 handicap match in a sense, because Jordan ended up, we don't know what Jordan's real injury is, but the way they wrote him out of the match is he got thrown into the LED pole. So he was out. He tried to get in. When he tried, he was acting a little woozy, so he tagged back out. Seth was getting on him to get back in, but it wasn't good enough. You have Jordan sitting down on the steps. And I'm almost thinking at first, is Jordan going to get up all of a sudden? Is Jordan going to get in the ring, act woozy, and all of a sudden just straighten up and pretend it's all an act and turn on Seth? Nope. I think they're saving that either for tonight on Raw, or they're saving it for the Elimination Chamber. So, yeah, the Bar end up becoming 4-time tag team champions, which I guess is okay. Which I guess is okay, because at least they prove themselves to be a legit tag team now. They've gone from singles to tag, so I think they did all right. I think Cesaro and Sheamus have something here. But it was neat to see those competitors, 3 of them at least, not Jordan, but 3 of them in the Rumble match previously. And I will say the crowd wasn't too into it, because it's like they just got over the Rumble match. It's like, what more do you expect from them? And then of course you had and then after that you had the triple threat match for the Universal Championship. Very physical match, I will give it that. Very hard-hitting, physical, very stiff if you take into account what happened between Strowman and Lesnar. Strowman hit a stiff knee to Lesnar, and Lesnar was like, oh yeah, you want to do that? Boom. And I guess he got on him during the match. They had to bleep out what he was saying for being stiff. And this is coming from Lesnar, of all people. But anyway, it was physical. It was, like I say, it was physical, brutal at times, not really, but it was physical, hard-hitting. And in the end, of course, Brock ends up pinning Kane, because a lot of people feel that was why Kane was there, to eat the pin. Brock pins Kane, and Brock retains, and thus the road to him and Roman is only one Raw event away from becoming reality, from him and Roman being at Mania against each other. And then, of course, you had the Women's Royal Rumble match that closed out the show. Great match. I will put it this way. I know some people crapped on it, but I thought it was good. One thing I do agree with Deluxe Man on is the nostalgia really helped it out. It was great to see Lita. It was great to see Molly, Tori, Kelly. It was great to see some of the NXT women in there. It was great to see Beth. It was great to see Trish. It was nice that they did some things with Mickey and Trish, kind of reminding us of their rivalry. It was great to see Ember Moon in there. She was the NXT Women's Champion, arm still in a taped up and everything, but she went in there for the time she was in, did a great job. Nice to see her kind of rekindle the rivalry with Asuka when Asuka got in there. It was good overall. It was all right. It was decent. I think Ember might have been the only NXT woman in there. Maybe, I'm not really sure. I have to check again. But it was nice to see her in there. Overall, I thought the Women's Rumble match did its job, did it good. Great for nostalgia, great as I guess a celebration for the women making the division what it is today. And just by the fact that you had Asuka squaring up against Ember just for that moment, kind of tells you that they have a lot of stock, not just in Asuka, but in Ember. And that if Ember comes up soon, and eventually this is an indication she will, this is an indication that, she will eventually. I think Ember is going to be the one on the main roster that ends Asuka's undefeated streak. That's what they're saving it for the main roster, for the bigger shows. So, overall, in the end, Asuka does win. You have Michelle and Alexa come in, and, we're getting ready to maybe find out who Asuka's going to go after. And then that's when Ronda Rousey shows up, which was a surprise because we didn't know she was going to be there or not. I thought at first, okay, she's not going to be there. Rumors are true. And then all of a sudden this music hits. Out she comes. And she gets in the ring, points to the Mania sign and everything. And then points again. Tries to shake Asuka's hand. She swats it away. Ronda then leaves the ring and gets tentatively shake Stephanie's hand, and I guess that's supposed to indicate that those two down the line are supposed to have a tag match at Mania. So that'll be interesting to see. But overall, Asuka does win in the Japanese Invasion. It comes full circle with both Shinsuke and Asuka winning the respective Rumble matches. So overall, not too bad. So overall, I look at the Rumble and I give it a B-, in a sense. It was good, wasn't great, but this is just. But to me, this is like a beacon of light of them to improve on, especially with the fact that they're going to be having the Rumble at Chase Field next year. So they're going to want to take it up a notch next year. So overall, not too bad. A B-. I would go rewatch it mainly for the Rumble matches themselves. I will say that. So let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like, and I will talk to you later. I got to get into work.